play of the game from way down.
Two, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombs Tastingo gonna find Rainer.
Oh, the life finder keeps Maya up. It was going to be a close thing.
And healing, what? Get out of no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill.
Hello everybody, welcome to the NGS Rewind. It's Sunday afternoon and we've got a whole lineup for you today on a variety of different matches, different divisions, all the way from Division C up through Heroic. We're going to bring you 5 matches, and let's actually take a look here at the schedule real quick. So this first match is going to be Winky Face versus ReGen Anomaly. And that is a Division C matchup. We also have some other ReGen games coming out today. ReGen Blue versus Logical Decision from B West. Lion Speed versus ReGen Ghost in Division A. Also in Division A, Team Training Wheels versus ReGen Retro. And we're going to wrap up the day with Archon versus Keanu Reeves. And throughout the day, I'm going to be joined by a variety of different co-casters here. So look forward to seeing them on these upcoming matches here. But let's get started with this first matchup between Winky Face and ReGen Anomaly. Taking a quick look at the map bans. Winky Face banned out Araxis Holdout and Infernal Shrines. ReGen Anomaly banned the Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen and picked Towers of Doom. So, since this is a replay cast, there's no real opportunity to go in and check out drafts, things like that. So really all we're going to be looking at are the games themselves. I'll be able to show you the maps as they come up, and I can even pull up the bans as the game is loading. So let's go ahead and get right into that. So the bans here, so again, Towers of Doom on this one. Let's get that started. Towers of Doom here, ReGen Anomaly banned out Johanna, Kira, and Muradin. Winky Face banned out Leoric, Raynor, and Sylvanas. And it looks like they switched sides, so let's go ahead and just swap all of that. Alrighty then. Oh, you know what? I need Twitch chat open too. TV/Nexus Gaming Series, so I can watch what's going on out there. Alrighty here. So, get this paused, get rid of that. And we should be all set up and ready to go here. Let's unpause and get this going. Game number 1 between Winky Face and ReGen Anomaly. We're going to have ReGen Anomaly on the left here. We've got Lidrock on Malthael, Anners on Anduin, Genjesus on the Garrosh, Carve on that Zarya, and Navy Nuke on Li Ming. And for Winky Face, we have Full Mango on Rexar, Michaelin on Zeratul, Zhao on Lucio there, Brickhouse gonna be playing that Junkrat, and Genzor's on the Uther. So we do have all 5 on 5 here in the middle, or 5 on 5.5 with the Misha there, and getting some instant damage right onto the bear. But she has pretty good health and regeneration capabilities thanks to the Rexar primary play there. But let's take a look at some of these talents here. So we're going to see the Malthael going into On a Pale Horse, giving them the opportunity to double soak. And ReGen Anomaly making this rotation down, getting stalled out a little bit by the Lucio and Uther, trying to stop them from maybe getting some of that soak. We're also going to see Feel the Heat out of Zarya and Power Hungry from Li Ming. On the other side, we're going to have that Cleave Radius, Greater Cleave, a Celerondo as well. And there's a Garrosh throw onto Genzor's. And Uther's all by himself, but not really that concerning here, as there just wasn't any potential for follow-up. Carve being the only real potential for damage on the team there at the moment, but too far away to really get into that. And here, 120, we're going to see Junkrat getting onto the siege camp as ReGen Anomaly doing the same on the opposite side. A little bit more commitment of resources on the side of ReGen Anomaly, so they'll likely get theirs done I guess about the same time. Junkrat doing pretty well, spreading out that damage as his auto attacks do spread damage. And we're going to see both teams coming down here into the bot lane to try to deal with the sappers to make sure that they don't get value. But the big throw onto Lucio, a chastise coming out onto Zhao, but not quite enough to get it. But here we've got Li Ming taking some tower shots and getting the Hammer of Justice. So at least for right now, with Zhao as low as he did get with that, looks like ReGen Anomaly is going to go ahead and clear out those sappers and get one tower here. Again, the flip followed by the root. But it's going to be Garrosh getting thrown over by the wall. And with a 4v3 here, ReGen Anomaly, you know, getting a little bit more value out of this push, with Zeratul safely soaking here in the mid, and Littlerock up in the top trying to get what he can onto full mango there. But triple altar phase coming in, Zeratul rotating up. Go ahead and giving up the momentary XP there in the mid lane as they'll get that first kill onto Malthael. And great timing for that kill as well. Genzor is going to go ahead and hearth back there as he's all but out of mana. We do see there with the Uther going on to that Holy Light build here, getting that Silver Touch, which will reduce the mana cost and increase the range here. But we'll see with triple altar phase, we'll see if Anomaly is able to pick up this safe one or not. It is getting defended by Michael in here, and Navini taking a lot of damage. And the rotation coming up here from both teams, Anomaly able to get to the point a little bit faster, and the throw again onto the Uther, this time the root connecting, but the Junkrat will allow for that concussion mine to disengage the aggressive attack onto Uther. All right, so two altars going over to Anomaly here, and once again, so Michael again chasing down this Li Ming is able to secure the kill this time. And so much misdirection out of the Zeratul. Where am I going? It's almost like dealing with a Malthael, just as I was just saying, zipping around the battlefield, getting to where you need to be, and sticking onto the target that you want to kill there. Level 7's online now for Winky Face. Will be coming up soon for ReGen Anomaly. And so we do have the, at 4 here, interesting Pursuit of Justice, allowing Uther to move a little bit faster when he stuns a target with his Hammer of Justice. Also the Hand of Protection, giving them the ability to cleanse without having to take High 5 from Lucio. On the other side, we've got that Into the Fray and the Wraith Strike talent. I don't know enough about Malthael's talents to know if that's a deviation at all or not, so I can't speak to that. But we do have the Calamity, pretty normal there. Looks like Binding Heal, I think. Yep, for Anduin. So getting that extra healing on himself anytime he heals an ally. And even with the reverse amp there, getting that slow onto Garrosh. Garrosh was able to make it up, get the throw onto Lucio, but Lucio's just fine. Skating his way on out. And pretty significant push onto this bottom tower, about 2/3 of the way, but Zeratul coming in now is going in onto the Zarya. She's very low here, probably looking for that shield, doesn't have it quite yet. That's going to be an early kill here onto the Zarya. Now Malthael rotating down, so this is still a 4-on-4, but at least right now it's looking like Zhao should be able to finish the channel and even up the score between these two teams. But where we're not even at this point is XP, and at least for right now here, a full level, almost a level and a half lead in favor of Winky Face. And that's only gonna benefit them as you've got Zeratul here, who's already been doing significant work. Oh, but we might get the Lucio kill this time. Down goes Lucio, the first kill of the game for ReGen Anomaly. Not for trying. They've really picked off the Lucio and Uther a few times, but not been able to secure that kill. But this time they are able to. But as we can see here in the XP totals, Rexar a little bit ahead of the Malthael overall. But the overall totals here, about almost 3,500, 3,600 there difference as level 10's available here for Winky Face now. And we've got the Rip Tire along with the Boar's Divine Shield, Sound Barrier, and Void Prison. The Divine Shield is kind of interesting to me. Oftentimes you see the Divine Storm, so I'm interested to see if I have to assume that's to deal with the Last Rites potential. But I don't even know that you go Last Rites into this. I think, well, I guess with the double support, probably better than taking the Tormented Souls. So it is Last Rites. We've got the Warlord's Challenge, Graviton Surge, Wave of Force, and Light Bomb. And with that, both teams coming in here, equal talents, not equal levels. So slight advantage over to Winky Face with this. Just one altar, so this is where the fight's going to take place here. And the siege camps will fight in the bottom lane. Welcome, Roxao. So Garrosh getting that movement speed out of the shield, looking to chase after the Lucio. But we do have a Void Prison hitting it onto 3, and here comes the Junkrat Riptire there. Able to hit 3, but not able to take anybody down. A Light Bomb going out, hits 3 as well, so a big shield onto Garrosh. Genzar's looking really low, is going to go down, but the Divine Shield going out onto the Lucio does protect Lucio for a bit there. Garrosh trying to catch Brickhouse. I don't know that he can quite catch up there with that fort, but Zeratul is not done. Comes in, stalls the point, but Genjisus there on the defense, if you will. I guess he was kind of in the offense. Perhaps a little bit offsides, catching the Zeratul, throwing him back into the team, and that's going to give Anomaly the kill onto Zeratul and allow them to secure this bottom fort as well. Just a little bit after the altar was picked up, so they don't get the extra shot. But for right now, this team's looking pretty even. As the game goes on, Zeratul gains significantly more power. And we'll see, you know, at level 20 how things go with these teams here. Michaelin diving in under the tower does get the shot from the tower as well, but ultimately Anomaly choosing to make use of their double soaking Malthael and try to defend this bottom fort for as long as possible. Both of the altars spawning next are in the top lane, so even if they lose it, it's not an immediate loss of value necessarily, like it would be if they were in the bottom lane. But so far, at least, thanks to this Garrosh, Winky Face not really interested or able to step up. Because if they get too close, they'll just simply get thrown in, and then they've got a problem. A little bit of poke, though, from the Junkrat, able to get through and bring down the tower about 15, maybe 20%. And the Junkrat mine there, not quite able to get Genjisus over the line. So Brickhouse will continue to look for those opportunities, but these altars are coming up right now, and I like what Anomaly's doing here, picking up this siege camp so that they can have this pressure going while they can head up and work, presumably, to be aggressive even on the camps, on the altars, rather. And Genji's is throwing the Rexar away so that he can zone and protect for Liderock there to pick up the altar. So one altar picked up. We do have the siege camp in the bottom lane with 3 points potentially making it through here in a moment. But Misha doing an absolute stellar job zoning out Anomaly and keeping them from stalling out the pickup of that altar. But 3 points going on to the core, so 8 total value coming out from Anomaly, with 3 from Winky Face. And with the rotation down here, we see Junkrat once again trying to get down into this position to get some damage here. Zeratul in an interesting place, does have the Void Prison. But keep in mind, of course, that Forts and Keeps also provide, I guess, True Sight. I don't know what they call it in this game, but allowing the stealthies to be seen. Blame Brick. Fair enough. So Anomaly right now doing a good job of protecting this this bottom fort, making sure that those grenades from Junkrat do minimal damage. I mean, they already do half damage to the structures, but really soaking it and making sure that it doesn't get through. Now, Junkrat at 4, did he take Taste for Explosions? He did.
Ready to have a little fun?
And that didn't show up. I'll have to figure out why that didn't show up. But thanks for the follow to whoever just followed the Nexus Gaming series. I'll have to pull up the page and check that out in a few moments here. And we do have triple altar phase coming up. The camp picked up by Malthael here a little bit ago. Looks like Garrosh did use that into the fray to get 1 additional point. So 29 to 19 right now. We already see here Rexar harassing the Malthael up top. Garrosh zoning out Uther, and Zarya really just protecting this bottom fort. And it looks like ultimately we do have the bottom picked up by Anduin. 4 rotation from Winky Face here in the middle. Looked like they might have been able to stall out the Anduin there, but look at this pressure from Anomaly. They've already gotten 2. And now they're being aggressive here onto the opposite side. And this is actually, I'm not 100% positive about this. Everybody's on 15s. We're about to see 16s for Winky, and this is a very aggressive choke point here for Anomaly. With a Void Prison, and there's the Void Prison. Here comes the Riptire. And it's gonna hit 3. Anduin goes down, a Graviton Surge with 2, but Zarya is gonna be the next to fall. They do get the counter kill onto Uther and Zeratul, but Garrosh also falling here. But they did actually pick up the points. I completely missed that. And a full team wipe here for Winky Face against ReGen Anomaly. That's gonna give now Rexar the opportunity to get started here on this boss. And they shouldn't have any real problems with picking this up here. And of course, the boss being 4 points always, it's not adjusted by the number of towers that you have. So once they pick this up, they should be able to head down pretty easily, push this bottom lane back up, and get this this bottom fort. So I would, overall, I would say even with the team wipe, that's worth it. They got 5 points, and core damage is permanent. There's nothing you can do to get it back on Towers of Doom. So 4 shots left here. That makes it a single altar phase. And Anomaly coming in, trying to defend this point here. So really, all they need to do is they just need to have enough of a front line here to zone out and let somebody go get this bottom altar. That's all they have to do here. And Winky Face not allowing that to happen. They realize they just have to give up the quest for the bottom fort here. Light Bomb going out onto Garrosh. It looks like Navy Nuke dancing around the altar. And Zeratul is on the hunt. Genji's is getting healed up there. There's again the Void Prison, and here comes that Riptire. Looks like it's going to take out... oh, maybe not quite. But Garrosh is in pretty deep here, does get a 3-man taunt, throws out the Lucio. And Zhao making it away here, does get the Divine Shield. Misha going down, but Zeratul able to finish the job onto Garrosh. We do see the camp getting through. There's 1 point left on the core for Winky Face. But they get the bottom altar, and at this point, if you're Anomaly, you just need to back away. Like, everybody's low enough that sticking around is just... it's not going to provide any value. And now, that's going to give Winky Face the opportunity to get their tower back. And, I mean, honestly, I'd like to see Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like to see Brickhouse wait on this. Get the tower, get the extra point here. I don't think you can comfortably get anything more than that. So ReGen Anomaly needs to be mindful of that Void Prison Riptire combination. It's really just tearing them apart 3 times, I think, now. So they've got to be mindful of the positioning of their own players, but also of the Zeratul, and also really of the Junkrat. They don't have a lot of ways to stop Junkrat, I guess, other than Garrosh. So unless he can get a 16 talent Wrecking Ball throw stun onto somebody, onto Junkrat, or, you know, get up close and taunt him, or throw him himself. But there's the throw onto Uther, a big taunt. Uther should be going down, and is, but here comes the 3-man Void Prison with the Riptire. Big damage here. But no deaths as yet on the side of ReGen Anomaly. And level 20s were picked up, so Genzor's right back in play, taking that Redemption 20. So still a 5 versus 5. And there's the throw onto the Zeratul. Again, you know, getting that Divine Shield. But that puts the Junkrat Mine puts Garrosh into a really bad position. And Winky Face is able to capitalize on that. And now they're going to go ahead and pick up this bottom fort. And that's going to all but secure them the bottom altar as well. With 30 seconds until Garrosh is even back on the map, the altar itself will have been spawned by then. So Anomaly right now just needs to try to get as much soak as they can so that they can pick up the next fight. Look toward the future and the next tribute. But Winky here looking to pick up as much value on the map as they can, and without Anomaly to defend this mid fort, this should be going down pretty quickly here as minions are coming in here, so they'll start soaking some of these shots. And Anomaly looking to pick up the bottom one. And that's fine. I think that that's a fair trade. In fact, it may even slightly benefit Anomaly because this, I think, gives them XP, right? We'll see. Yes, it does. The only keeps that do now. So Zeratul deep in does have the Void Prison in onto the Anduin, but this time Riptire getting interrupted and Light Bomb going out, hits 4. Big taunt, the kill onto Zeratul, and this could be exactly what Anomaly needs to finish up the game. They do get the damage onto Uther, but they're able to speed him away. The kill onto the Misha as well. And so now, if you're Anomaly, you gotta find a way to get points. And where are the points? Right now, the boss is coming up. You're not level 20, but you could pick up level 20 relatively easy here. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going for. 5 versus 4 on the boss, because there's no way that Winky Face lets this go. And I feel like Garrosh needs to be up a little bit closer here. And with his Indomitable, should be able to stay on the point, but this is... Oh, the Junkrat mine. Oh, no. And the kill onto Garrosh. This is not looking very good now for Anomaly with double altars and no Garrosh here. They're in the exact position that Winky was just a moment ago. But they still don't have those level 20s. And what I was getting at is, I think, you know, with the Indomitable there, Garrosh had the opportunity to stay on the point, but not everybody needs to, especially with the camp. But here we go. We've got the Light Bomb going out. They do kill the Misha, so that's going to help them out a little bit. But Carve taking so much damage. Junkrat getting the first altar. And Zarya is going to go down. Here comes the Riptire, all but securing the death of Litorok and Navy Nuke, as well as Anners now getting just destroyed between Genzers and Michaelin. And that's looking like it's going to be game number 1 going over to Winky Face. What a way to finish it out. 25-1, and Winky Face coming back hard. All right, let's take a look at these stats here. Yeah, it was one heck of a game, Murda. That was very close. Yep, the comeback map, as long as you have 1 point on your core, you have to stay with it. There's no reason to give up on Towers of Doom ever, and this is a good showcase of exactly that here. Show these level 20 talents as ReGen Anomaly was able to pick them up there at the end. All right, let's get set up for game number 2 here. See where we're going. Looks like it's going to be Battlefield of Eternity. Give me 1 second just to get things set up and ready to go here. So BOE. And also I need to pull up the live stream, the dashboard, so I can shout out that follow. It was Zuzuball. Thanks for the follow. So that went over to, let's see, that was the red team. Battlefield of Eternity was picked by, let's see, it looks like it was picked by Winky Face. And let me just pop in the players here. So our bands were Rainer, for Winky Face were Rainer, Kira, and Ariel. And for ReGen Anomaly, they were Johanna, Tracer, and Zeratul. And that doesn't surprise me at all to see the Zeratul band. That was quite a menace for them, you know, sticking on the backline in the beginning of the game, but then ultimately whoever was available later in the game. So gonna see more of Rexar. And we're actually gonna see a Genji this game. And a Tassadar. Now, this was post-patch, so this is the new version of Tassadar. Interesting. All right, looks like we are now all set up for game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity here. Always full mango Rexar, exactly. I wonder who's playing that Rexar. I don't know, we'll know in just a moment, right? Alrighty then. So again, this was the, show you the maps here. This was the pick of Winky Face as ReGen Anomaly electing for first pick. Unfortunately, I have no draft details to be able to show you the order of the picks or anything like that. So we'll just have to use our imagination for that. These are replay casts, so there's no draft. It's just the game that we saw previously, or that we didn't see previously. So the purpose of the rewind, the NGS rewind, is to go back and watch some of the matches that didn't get cast previously in the week. And there are quite a few of them here. So, all right, let's get our teams introduced. For ReGen Anomaly, we've got Carve on Tassadar. Again, Jesus is going to be on Muradin. Anners on Tyrande. Navy Nuke on Vala. And Litorok on Mal'Ganis up in the top lane. And for Winky Face, Full Mango's going to be playing that Rexar once again. We're going to see Michael in on Genji this time. ETC is going to be played by Genzor's Brickhouse on the Li Ming, and Zhao on Ana. So overall, the race potential probably, man, I don't know. I was going to say it slightly goes over in favor, I think, to ReGen Anomaly between Vala and Tyrande. Tassadar going with the Psystorm build here instead of the auto attacks, so which is probably for the best considering the Ana Li Ming potential there for the stuns and sleeps there. And big damage. And we're going to see already right out of the gate here, charging in onto Navy Nuke, trying to get the damage onto that Hypercare Vala. But at least early in this game right now, they're able to prevent the death there. But don't count out that Ana. Going to have to be really careful about positioning and that healing biotic grenade or something like that. What is that called? Let's look. Yeah, biotic grenade. So, because even with the shields aren't that much, and of course, not having taken the globe quest at 1, not that this is a good place to do it. The shields don't increase significantly. And Tyrande can only do so much, so it'll be up to Tyrande to really watch the grenades there, make sure that Vala's able to stay alive. But with the rotation here from Genji up to top, that's going to give Anomaly a little bit of a pressure here in the bottom. They're slightly behind in XP. Not entirely sure how that is, but we'll take a look. Looks like somehow they managed to miss a minion. It's awkward. Must have been from up here in the top lane. So I imagine that Mal'Ganis knows that Rexxar is up at the camp here. And if he didn't, he definitely knows now. We're going to see the rotation from Li Ming and Ana up to the Shaman camp as 20 seconds to go until the Immortal spawns. And that's going to give Anomaly the opportunity to get this bottom camp. So both of the siege camps picked up pretty much about the same time there. Oh, crap. Thanks, Murda. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot. Appreciate it. So, we've got a pretty significant push here going... Well, started at least from Anomaly. And the 1v1 up in top. But the siege camp here, far enough away from the wall that Littlerock is having some difficulty getting up there and doing any real damage to them. So... Even when he does the Misha charge, pushing back. So if he doesn't get some help, that could actually lead into some structure damage. Shaman camp now picked up for ReGen Anomaly. And there's also a Shaman camp up in the top lane here. So Lid having some difficulties trying to get in and stop out the Rexxar, but just simply not able to do so. And that's already the wall down in the top lane here, as the rest of ReGen Anomaly trying to get their race on for the Immortal here. And Murden doing what he can to stall things below is chasing down the Li Ming. And halftime achieved there ultimately for ReGen Anomaly, but look at how much damage up in this top lane. There's no well now available for this Mal'Ganis. They do get Rexxar chased off, but that's so huge for them. And now... we see Winky Face getting onto the Immortal, not quite caught up yet, and especially with Muradin chasing him down, slowing what he can. Missing the Stormbolt there onto Brickhouse, though. It's going to be close, but it looks like ReGen Anomaly should be able to finish it out just a little bit in advance there. And interestingly enough, and you know, maybe at some point I can chat with Brickhouse, because I've seen this numerous times and it still confuses me, the power hungry on Battlefield of Eternity. With some of the changes, like to Astral Presence, to Aetherwalker, it feels like power hungry specifically on this map just isn't the best call. So I would like to know more about like the opinion and value that players see out of that, or if it's just like, hey, that's what I normally take, so I'm comfortable with it. So, but level 7's online here for both teams. Again, Monster Hunter build here for Vala, so going further into the race comp. We see that Calamity for Li Ming. And the power slide in onto Vala being very deep there. Way too far forward, trying to just get maybe those extra quest stacks. And that's going to be, I was going to say, almost a second kill here. Michaelin almost able to get in onto Anners and take a second kill. In the bot lane, we've got Mal'Ganis and Rexxar now, as they've traded sides. And it looks like ETC's posturing here to allow for Brickhouse to maybe get in on this camp. It does get scouted by the Tyrande, so that is going to cause them to pull away. We do have, again, a 4v3 up in the top as Genji heading down into the bot, trying to see if maybe there's an opportunity to get a kill onto this Mal'Ganis. But not yet. He's still healthy, has a pretty significant amount of mana, So at least for now, he's all right. And with the advantage here, we're going to see Anomaly picking up this top camp. And Muradin, oh my goodness, I know too many murders and murdas and murderins and everybody. I keep wanting to say the wrong name on Muradin. But Muradin zoning out for his team there, keeping ETC blocked away to make sure that they could pick up this camp. Let's check out those quest stacks here. So 11 for Prog Rock on ETC, 8 for, I don't even know the name of this, Puncturing Arrow. Given my name, it sounds like not a talent that I should be a fan of here. But we do see the power slide in, and just a little bit off on the lunar flare there. Probably could have waited for Muradin's Stormbolt. But Genji's back, and he's trying to get in onto the Vala in the back line, but not able to finish it, but turns around to get onto Muradin. And with that power slide, it's going to be a nice, easy finish onto Muradin. So let's see, the siege camp is almost dead, so that's not going to finish up the fort, but we're going to see a Winky Face getting right onto the Immortal. And Anomaly as well, sitting a little bit slower right now, as Winky Face has the value of an extra player. And how are we doing in this bot lane? Once again, siege camp here. So far, some damage. That top tower is already low. But this time, definitely doing a little bit better. And now with defensive posturing from the Immortals here. I think this favors Winky Face just for one, because they're level 10, but for two, because they have Li Ming. And Li Ming's going to be able to poke at this very easily from afar. And there's not a ton that Anomaly can do about it. They can't really get aggressive. They're not level 10, although it just came up here. So we'll see here. The stage dive is available, so ETC can just hop right on in whenever he wants here. And I expect this to come in soon, as Misha getting caught out by the team. A little bit slow on the rotation there, and here comes that stage dive. Not in a great position, but good enough there, as the dark conversion going out onto the Genji. He props that deflect to stay alive, but it's going to be ETC going down first in this fight. And Muradin, once again, chasing down in the back line entirely by himself, uses his Dwarf Toss, now uses Avatar to be able to get away, and that's going to allow Anomaly to get another Immortal. However, the health bars here and mana bars of Anomaly are very low, and Littlerock trying to make use of those Fellclaw attacks to give him a little bit more space. And it looks like maybe everybody gets out alive. So only Tassadar goes down with that. But that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. They're not going to get as much value out of this Immortal here. Let's check in on those stacks here. Ana getting stunned for a brief moment there, but nobody in really a good position to follow up on it. Immortal at half now, and Tassadar is back, so they can be at least a little bit more aggressive. Last time in the top lane here, Vala was rather far forward and was able to get caught by that ETC. This time, we'll see if they've made some adjustments to that. The Starfall going out onto the wall is going to allow them now to disengage and get out of there here. A lot of damage going on to Vala, though. Here comes that stage dive right onto Vala, and Vala has no mana, so there's no vault potential here to get out of this problem. Anders getting the Wave of Force back into the team, and it looks like that's going to be a Tyrande kill. Possibly more, as Genji's is very low here, and they do secure that kill with the Wave of Force. So 2 for nothing on the counter kills, and not counter kills, I guess, just counter aggression. Winky Face is full of masochists indeed. Yeah, so I mean, right now the overall structures are pretty close, except of course the forts, you know, Anomaly's a little bit ahead. On that top lane, they could, you know, practically you know, send a Cat 5 Hurricane and knock it over, I suppose. By the way, if you're in the path of said hurricane, please be safe and do all of the necessary preparations to be safe. We of course, once you able to participate in NGS going forward and having a good time with your fellow teammates and players. And Littlerock up here in the top, doing a little bit better here now, able to be a little bit more aggressive into this Rexar. But just a little bit. Not a whole lot of value between those two at this point. Mostly the Rexar being able to push up, I think, has the advantage there. As a 2-for-1 in essence. And the Immortals are back. And we've got Vala already on the Immortal here, burning it down. And here comes Winky Face to defend here. We get the sleep onto the Genji, but again, he's got the deflect. Was interrupted there by the Fell Claws. But he's able to go ahead and Swift Strike out. Stage Dive coming in. Dark Conversion used onto the ETC there, but it might not be enough as Littlerock, taking loads of damage, falls to the Immortal. Tyrande in the background dying to those resets from Li Ming. And it looks like Muradin gonna be the 3rd kill for Winky Face. And that's gonna allow them now to get onto the into the Immortal. Genji looking for this kill onto Navy Nuke. Almost gets it. Very close there. And Rexar clearing up this bottom lane. Again, like so many heroes in this game right now. Not a lot of health, not a lot of mana. Carve up in the top lane, doing what he can to stall out this pressure. But again, Tassadar just doesn't have a whole lot of damage from those auto attacks here. And halftime going over to Winky Face. Top and bottom. And we'll see if, looks like both teams sending their tanks to delay what they can. And Fulmango gonna help out with that with these boars. Does get a big stun. Navy Nuke getting stunned by the Immortal is gonna shut him down. And the grenade going out does take out the Vala. And Genjisus now getting knocked back there by the face melt from Genzor's, having to pop the Avatar. But on the wrong side of history here, as the full might of Winky Face catching up and getting that 2nd kill. And that's going to give them pretty comfortable opportunity now to finish up the Immortal. Well, it looks like Anomaly is not done trying to get what they can onto this Immortal, but ETC holding the wall there, keeping them from getting in and getting any significant damage. And the Immortal's going to go in the bot lane. So there's still a fort and a keep available there, so they can clear up this top lane and keep it going. ETC's in an interesting spot up here. I suppose he's looking to make use of that stage dive. Continue to get XP here as we've got level 16s available. Let's take a look at that. So we do have that mirror ball for Li Ming, allowing for the additional single target. We also have the Swift Strike at 16 for Genji. And what is that? Stimpack or active reload. Here we go. ETC in the back does get stunned coming out of the stage dive, but able to create some space for his team. And Anner's in a lot of trouble here, getting zoned out by both of those two. And the Dwarf Toss gets not negated, but paused by the Wave of Force. But Vala able to get the kill onto ETC while that's going on. And now Muradin able to complete his quest, but Genji getting the kill onto the Tassadar. This double reset comp just... It's been a while since I've seen it anyway. But there's Misha deep in, going in onto the Vala, and Genji following up. This is not looking good for Anomaly at this point. Even with that fort and keep, so many kills, staggering their deaths. And the Immortal is dead, but all 4, I guess, of the Winky Face team members are here, making use of that Li Ming and Genji damage here. And the Immortal showing up for just 1 attack, just enough. But it's going to be enough to help them secure this core on game number 2, going over to Winky Face. Berserk, this is Div C. Div C East. Alrighty there, we'll show you the stats here real quick. So these level 16 talents having just come online for ReGen Anomaly there. HGC, yeah. This is top level play, my friends. Alrighty. So this was the week 8 match between, or I think it was, right? Actually, this was a flex match between ReGen Anomaly and Winky Face. Let's take a look at where the standings have these teams, as the playoffs are all set for Division C. Just a second as it takes a moment to load. There we go. So Winky Face, with that victory, puts them solidly in first place above Wood League. And ReGen Anomaly just a little bit outside of being able to qualify for the playoffs. So Winky Face will play against Calculated Throw in week 1 of the Division C East playoffs. Alrighty then. We'll be back in a few minutes. Our next game, let's pull up the schedule for the rest of today here. We just completed Winky Face versus ReGen Anomaly. Next up is going to be Div B West between ReGen Blue and Logical Decision. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes with this game, and I'll be joined by Munkus as co-caster.